there are several resources that have proven to be very helpful in becoming acclimated with Common Core and the various standards and the true work of accessing Common Core, making it work in the classroom. Obviously, the most beneficial and informative website is the Common Core website itself, corestandards.org. This particular site is the quote-unquote mother site that provides all the standards, resources, facts. It gives a great deal, an in-depth amount of material that'll help the teacher. Obviously, the standards for English and for math are here. I'm just going to point out a few things that are of tremendous value to the classroom teacher. If we go to the resources tab, you'll see something that's very helpful since we are catering to the English language arts teachers. I'm going to bring you right down to the publisher's criteria for Common Core State Standards in English Language Arts, K2 and 312. This is a very important tool, allowing the teacher to see what the criteria is as suggested by the Common Core State Standards Committee itself, what the expectations are and the criteria are for books, textbooks, anthologies that may be used to support Common Core State Standards. This is an excellent PDF file that provides the characteristics and the criteria for selecting a text to support your curriculum. In addition, there are other items of note, summaries, various other items that you can explore on your own. I just want to bring you to the standards themselves. Obviously, that's an important part. And you can go ahead and open the English Language Arts Standards. They have all 4 strands: reading, writing, speaking and listening, as well as language. But I want to call your attention to English Language Arts Appendix A, which is a very valuable piece of information. It gives you some of the Common Core insights as far as considerations for actual standards and their development. Appendix B is critical because it gives you some of the actual suggested materials that are at grade level. I would encourage every English Language Arts teacher to use the Appendix B also. And lastly but not least is Appendix C, which is actual student responses to some of the piloted test questions reflecting the rigorous text and some of the preliminary testing materials have been piloted, and you have actual student samples in response to some of the questions dealing with integrated texts, some of the other types of questions that will be on the actual consortium assessments when they come out. So this particular site is of tremendous value. Also want to call your attention to the state sites. Every state does have some sort of link or a page dedicated to Common Core and the transition that's necessary. In the state of Connecticut, where where I teach and live, the Connecticut State Department of Education has their own website that provides information which is of great value. Every state who is a member of a consortium should have, at this point, a crosswalk or some means by which existing standards are being transitioned to the Common Core standards. Here you see that there are crosswalk documents that are available. They have some units of study which are pretty skeletal at best right now, sample lesson plans that are being worked on, and there's even a pacing guide that teachers can tap into and begin to make necessary arrangements, adjustments, and plan in that order. But but I would encourage you to take a look at your own state's Common Core page. And this is important. The framework or the connections is the structure by which the actual standards are developed in the scaffolding that's necessary from grade to grade by the strands and by the standards. Lastly but not least is another very valuable tool that I've come across. This is called LearnZillion.com, and this is a tremendous tool. They actually have provided lesson plans. Let's get this right. Lesson plans, and in a very useful fashion that teachers can access and use. So I'm going to log in right here. This is my dashboard. How it works is very important. LearnZillion has taken the time, and what's happened is that they're using the collaborative method of teachers as a resource, and teachers actually participate in uploading lessons that would be appropriate with Common Core in mind. So this is a tutorial page, basically telling you how it works, how these are actual lessons that are graphically organized. There are PowerPoints to support every step. There's a clear progressive development in a very substantive and defined pathway that works through a lesson that coordinates exactly with particular strands in each anchor standard. It's very clear and simple. You can organize your lessons. You can also kind of use it as a tool to support your in-class instruction in terms of having a way by which students can, outside of the classroom, access lessons for further reinforcement, for differentiation purposes, and you can also customize and provide lessons that would help remediate and further strengthen skills in students. I'm going to go across to the Explore Lessons section and check out some of the things